I decided that I wanted to go all in on YouTube, and as a result, I'm gonna have to play Homeless Simulator for the foreseeable future, which means that I'll be living out of this lovely machine until further notice. I want to show exactly how I organize it, and the modifications that I made to make it a bit more viable. This is a 2005 Lexus RX 330. I bought it from Facebook Marketplace for $3,500. It was in pretty good shape and had a solid maintenance history. Let's take a look at what is clearly the most used compartment, the driver's seat. Obviously there's a bit of wear and tear going on here. When I have a little more money, I'll probably invest in some seat covers, but as of recording this video, I haven't made a cent from YouTube yet. Let's check how many miles are on her. 321,000. The Lexus brand cars are made by Toyota, and they're known for their longevity. I've had this car for around 4 years, and over that time, spent a few $1,000s in parts and repairs, but it's much cheaper than rent. Here's how I organize things. In the cup holders, I have what could be known as my mission log. Essentially all of my short-term tasks, things I want to get done today, tomorrow, or within the week. Base tour videos should be on here somewhere. Here are my eating utensils. I'll make a video on my homeless diet sometime later. A few extra writing utensils, and this is a toy microphone that I use for doing talking to strangers videos. Here are my coin pouches, which come in handy for doing laundry and purchasing miscellaneous items. Of course, a wallet where I keep my cash, payment cards, IDs, and other things that I need to try to blend into society as best as I can. At least enough to not get in any trouble with the law. Here are a few video game controllers. This is technically a gaming channel after all. We'll use these in some future videos. That's about all there is to see in this front seat. Here's an air freshener in case I have any non-homeless guests. This thing moves, but I tend to keep it pushed all the way back for maximum legroom. In the driver's side door, I have my contact lenses, which are daily wears that I reuse to save money, some cat treats for the stray cats that I encounter on my adventures, and QR code stickers for my channel in case I need to do any advertising. Moving on to the driver's side rear door, part of the reason I'm homeless is I thought it would be a good idea to invest in a dog collar business, so here are some of those. Here are even more of them in this paper bag. This is a Nintendo Switch that my friend let me borrow until I can afford one of my own. Here's a sunshade, something to put in the windshield to stop the sun from filling up the car with heat and light. Very important if I want to sleep in or get some privacy. Then we have a pair of hockey gloves and shin pads, which I use for roller hockey, the only free form of hockey. And then a guitar amplifier, which I use to make some money playing tunes on the street. The sunshade fits snugly between those items and this monitor, which I use for streaming and making gaming videos. Most big creators these days started with gaming, so I'm going to stick with it. This bag has all of the tech that I use for editing videos and general file organization, and this bag has the equipment that I use for recording the gaming videos and doing gaming live streams. This is arguably the most important item on the inside of the car, a Jackery Home Power 3000 battery, which powers all of my electronics. I'm not sponsored by Jackery, but I do get a percentage of any Amazon sales that come from the product links in the video's description. Here's the golf bucket that I use to carry all of my shower items. Let me show you how I charge the Jackery. This build will get its own dedicated video, but essentially, the batteries in my car are fed by solar energy, which I configure with these wires by wrapping the slack around the car's grab handles and exiting through the sunroof, ultimately plugging into these solar panels, which are mounted to the roof of the car. Here's what the trunk access looks like. I have two more Jackery batteries on this side, which are currently being charged via the previously shown solar panel cable. I can remove these from my car pretty easily if needed. To charge the large battery, I just plug the wires into these orange inputs here. Here's a demonstration. Now the large battery's charging. Here are the instruments that I've been using to make money in the meantime while I've been building my YouTube channel. We have a guitar, alto saxophone, and a violin. I'll go into detail about my previous music career in a different video, but my main goal is to become a YouTuber instead. The instruments rest on these two cubes, one of which has dirty clothes and the other clean clothes. Here are my hockey sticks, and sitting nicely parallel to them are a tripod for video recording and a music stand and microphone stand. This is a toiletry bag with things I use to freshen up like toothpaste and deodorant. Yet another Jackery sits in this corner, combined with the T-Mobile home internet tower that I use for internet access, which runs me $55 a month. I'll plug this battery back into the solar panels because it still needs to be charged up a bit. Here's another look at the solar panels from this side. Like I said, I'll give them their own dedicated video eventually. Coming over to the passenger side now, here are even more dog collars that I'll hopefully be selling off soon. This is more or less the sleeping access door, so let me show you what my bed looks like. I went with the classic 2-blanket, 2-pillow setup and tried to match the gray theme of my car as best as I could. Let me show you what's providing support for this pillow here. What lies under the pillow that I rest my head on are these two backpacks. Now, these aren't just ordinary backpacks, they're backpacks that have special slots to hold rollerblades, as you can see here. I know it sounds silly, but besides the exercise value that rollerblades provide, they're also a very crucial item for shooting videos out in public. Trust me, you're a lot more disarming when on rollerblades, and I found that they make people a lot more likely to have conversation with you. Not to mention the speed boost. Speaking of shooting videos out in public, those are some of the signs that I employ for those videos, as well as another pair of rollerblades that I need to repair. Here's my roller hockey helmet, since I don't have health insurance, and underneath that is my water supply. I recently broke a few bottles, so I'll need to replace them sooner than later. The sleeping pad I use is an old REI blow-up air mattress, which I probably will replace once I get the funds to do so. As you can see, all this fits together like a nice puzzle, almost so perfectly that I sometimes wonder if my life purpose was to sleep in a car. Ironically, the first bed I had in my childhood after my crib was a race car bed. Anyways, here's the passenger compartment. I try to keep it open in case I'm transporting a passenger, and if I am, I'll remove the stuff that's on the headrest. The door just has a couple of hats and a backup toy microphone. Let's put the headrest items back. It's just a towel, headlamp, and straw hat, which are all important utility items that I probably should find a better place for. That's about it. Allow me to show you the sleeping position that some of you may be familiar with. I usually just crawl in from the trunk here and leave my shoes outside. If I want to be stealthy, I'll assume this position from the driver's seat. But normally, I'll just go in like this. As you can see, there's not much to it. Usually, the door can close automatically by pressing a button on the key, but it doesn't always work, so I'll show you a manual closing sequence. Nothing to it. Then I just get a little comfy and the rest is history. As you can see, it's pretty spacious. If you're thinking about doing something like this, make sure you test out your own horizontal configuration before you buy a car. Lay down in a bunch and find one that fits your body type and sleeping position. I hope this gives you a better idea of how I'm dealing with my situation and inspires you to live a life that's a little less free from the grip of overconsumption. See you on the next video, stream, in the comments, or maybe even IRL. Happy simulating.